When it comes to reading sentences, especially long and complex sentences, it can help to break those sentences into smaller parts that are easier to understand. When we analyze sentences, we are breaking them into these smaller parts. The first parts we are going to learn about are clauses and phrases. Let's start with clauses. A clause is a part of a sentence that contains both a subject and a verb. Let's take a quick moment to review these two terms. Verbs come in a few varieties. For now, we are going to discuss just two kinds: action verbs and linking verbs. Action verbs tell us what a subject does. Some action verbs are external and visible, such as jumps and spins, and some are internal and invisible, such as wishes and thinks. Linking verbs describe what a subject is or has. She is tall. He has $100. If you feel confused about verbs or aren't sure the difference between action verbs and linking verbs, stop this video right now and watch the more detailed video on action versus linking verbs available in our Canvas course. A subject is the noun or pronoun completing the verb. Remember that nouns are person, place, or thing words. Pronouns are short words that stand in for nouns, like he, she, and they. You can determine the subject of a sentence by asking who or what before the verb. For example, in the sentence, "The athlete jumps over the high bar," the verb is jumps. You would ask, who jumps, to find the subject. The answer is the athlete. Remember that a subject is not just any noun in a sentence. It must be the noun that answers the who or what before the verb. Even though both athlete and bar are nouns in the sentence, the athlete is the only one that jumps. The bar does not jump anything in this sentence. Let's try another example. The carousel spins all day long. The verb is spins, so we must ask, what spins? The carousel. Students wish for a snow day. Who wishes? Students. So now that we have our terminology down, let's return to clauses and phrases. A clause is a part of a sentence that includes both a subject and a verb. A phrase, on the other hand, can contain a subject or a verb or neither, but it cannot contain both. It's a smaller piece. This means that clauses can be made up of several phrases put together. For example, many flowers, which is a noun phrase, were growing, verb phrase, beside the stream, prepositional phrase. In this example, three phrases work together to make up a single clause. Our next video will help us learn to distinguish between independent and dependent clauses. After you feel comfortable identifying clauses, then we will learn to separate our clauses into smaller types of phrases.